Hey guys, my name is Sania Ali Mohammed and I was born on May 19th, 1999. I have a younger brother named Hamza who is 9 years old. I don't think many people know this, but I am half Indian and half Pakistani since my mom is from India and my dad is from Pakistan. A couple of words that describe me would be adventurous, funny, diplomatic, considerate, ambitious, and optimistic. I hope all of you enjoy my presentation. The first event that occurred, which has made me who I am today, was when I was in grade 7 and my mom went to India with my brother and left my dad and I here. My grandfather in India was not feeling well, so the decision of her leaving was made very quickly. When she left for a month, I was responsible of taking care of the house and my dad. I had always been very dependent on my mom because she would do everything for me. My dad would work in the weekdays, so I would make lunch for both of us and take care of other household chores. More importantly, I learned how to take care of myself and manage things on my own. After school, I would go to a friend's house till my dad would come home. So, in the mornings, I needed to make sure I had everything I needed for the day. This event made me much more responsible, mature, and independent. I still take care of chores that are needed to be done in the house, and I am much less dependent on my mom. I chose the quote, "The quality of taking responsibility does not come naturally. It has to be taught more by example than by anything else," by Daniel White III. I use this quote as my evidence because when I had to take on the responsibility of taking care of things when my mom left, I had seen my mom many times doing those things already. Therefore, I had learned by example. When I had to take on so much responsibility in the house, it was much easier for me. I am still learning by my mom's examples on how to do things, and surely they will help me in the future. The second event that has made me who I am today was when I took care of my grandmother in the summer before grade 8, since my grandmother was staying in my place. She was in her late 80s and couldn't do much on her own. She needed help getting on and off the bed, going to the washroom, and moving around in her wheelchair. Since she was staying with us during the summer, I would stay awake and be at her assistance in the night whenever she needed, so that my parents wouldn't have to wake up. Even during the day, I would do things for her, and all of this really helped me to develop a lot of patience. It would take time for her to get on and off the bed and get into her wheelchair. I also started to realize how much elderly people have to go through. They are dependent on others, and as much as they want to, they can't do much on their own. At the same time, I became much more considerate for old people. I like to believe that everything I did for my grandmother was a blessing given to me by God, and at the same time I also earned my grandmother's blessings. Unfortunately, she passed away about 7 months later. I was happy that I was able to do so much for her, but at the same time I wish I could have done so much more for her. I chose the quote, "The more patient we are, the more understanding we become," by William Arthur Ward. I chose this quote for my evidence because I can really relate to this quote, and I also think that this quote is true. Not only for me, but for many others as well. The more I helped on my grandmother, the more patient I became, and that helped me understand what elderly people really go through, and even what the people that help them out have to go through. I can tell all of you by experience, it's not easy taking care of an elderly person, but it really helps you to become more considerate and kind towards them. You will feel good about it too. I know that I did.